All right. Welcome back to Dan's Trades. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. Appreciate you coming back. As always, my name is Dan and I am not a financial advisor. This is not any investment advice. This is purely for entertainment and or educational purposes only. Please read this disclaimer, pause the video. If you have any questions, consult someone. Today is Monday, July 1st, 2024. First day of the third quarter. It is NFP week, so typically I do not trade on Mondays. I do have a lot of odd things going on in my trading right now, and some things I'm taking a step back, taking a little break. And I will discuss that in other videos. But so what I did is I recorded a trade today. I was slow to get Camtasia open before I entered this one, so I just entered it right on the entering of this bearish fair value gap. So let me just get this started and talk over as it's playing. This was the PM session, so Monday afternoon. Beef going to this, so the final hour of trading. So 1500 hours, you see there, and everything is always set to New York time, if you don't know already. So here at I don't even have a bias on the day. This is trading intraday volatility and price ranges. And I entered a short. Right here, as you see, I'm annotating inversion fair value gap that I was watching. And it was the red inversion fair value gap right here that I entered on a few minutes prior to this. Now I'm just annotating out what price is doing since I've entered. We got a small, tiny little bearish fair value gap as well. I do like the reaction there, so sitting on the right side of the trade, I'm targeting 5 points, 5 handles, stop loss at 5 handles for a minimum, so just a one-to-one trade, nothing crazy. And I have a runner on to take out something lower that we'll see right there. So 48 ticks away for the second contract. First contract's at 5 handles, and doing some practicing on just setting it and leaving it. So half of this trade I didn't even watch anymore once I got the recorder running. So this will actually be a review for myself while I'm doing this. This is the first time I've actually viewed this start to finish. So see, we got another volume imbalance annotated in there, stacking up PD arrays. Just for quick background, most people I haven't, I'm still new to this channel. It's a fairly new channel. I appreciate everybody that's recently joined from getting some visibility. But I've been around trading personally for 12, 15 years now, give or take, 14 years. I'm not one of these 20-year-olds. I might be in the 50 club. Long story short, but it's going to be plenty of time, so I'll just say I did prescribe to retail trading concepts the majority of my career. I never did find the consistency I was looking for. Yes, I was profitable on short stints, but nothing ever gave me great consistency to be able to move to full time until I tripped across an ICT channel inside of a funded account company. Top Step, no big deal. All kinds of people use them, they're fine. But I'd never even heard of ICT before. So I was like, what? It was trading strategies one. So I was like, interesting. So I was using my own strategies prior to that. And now we're coming back up, retracing into that inversion fair value gap, constant encroachment, seeing what we do there. Let's kind of watch this as it does anything interesting along the way here. I'll talk over it. Back to break even, going against me a little bit. So one point here I should make, in case you haven't seen this before, is we have multiple fair value gaps here. And I'm not trying to teach anybody. I should preface this. I'm not trying. I don't. I'm not. I'm reviewing what I did. By no means do I say I'm the best trader. By no means am I asking you to join anything with me. I'm not selling you anything. I'm not selling mentorship. I'm not selling signal services. I'm not selling anything. I am purely watching what I did and talking about it. Whether that helps you or hurts you, I'll leave that to you. But what I was going to annotate here is I do have another fair value gap above price that I have my stop loss above, which is part of why it is where it is. Yes, it is 5 ticks, 1-to-1 minimum trade. 5 handles is all you need to start. This might be all you need to finish. But so this is going above and beyond the typical rules of setting the stop based on the fair value gap that you enter on, which was this one right here. Typically your stop would be right there, and we would have just got stopped out. I have my stop placed at 5 handles for this trade model. Whether that's something you want to follow or not, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's what I'm doing. All right, so that's part of why I had it there, because if you have 2 fair value gaps, you need to incorporate price moving into that one. I'm in a right time of day that I want to be entering trades. Could I have waited till this? Yes. Did I know price was going here? No one can guarantee it. Probabilities are there? Yes, potentially. Or I could have missed it and I've already went to my target. So this is just a little bit of, you don't know until you don't know, and you just continue it. So that's why this is a paper trade. Monday NFP week, lower probabilities, paper trading account. At the end of the day, I'm going to trade it the exact same way as my real account. All right, so prices just moved right up to it. And if you don't know, these are basically the macro times. A little bit extended ones, 5 minutes on each side, 1450 to 1510. Actually, it's different macros, but this is still a good time of interest. I was going to say the final hour macro is actually the the 3:15 to 3:45 p.m. All right, coming up to consequent encroachment. Back to long story short. So yeah, I learned retail. I paid more times than I can ever remember for multiple courses, from multiple people, even brick and mortar buildings that supposedly taught how to trade. And yeah, it worked for a little while. Nothing worked. I was always missing something. I couldn't never put it together, but I tripped across this ICT folder, right? And I said, what is this? And I started looking into it, and I saw the channel. Something rang a bell somewhere on the name ICT Concepts. Not really that, but it was Michael J. Huddleston. That name stuck with me from somewhere. I couldn't remember exactly where. But it finally hit me one day, and I went back and listened to one of the videos that I bought. And sure as it was there. And I was like, wow. How had I not seen this before? I think you guys, when I say you guys, I mean all of you. I love the reaction there. This is a beautiful reaction to that fair value gap. Great to see. But I think you guys were so, whether luck is real or not, luck is a matter of, preparation and timing coming together. Whether you're looking at trading at the right time and you found ICT earlier in your career, I would say you are absolutely partially lucky. The stars were shining on you. Had I heard about this guy back when when he started teaching things in the 90s, the 2000s, way back in the day, yeah, I've been around as long as that. ICT and I are probably less than a year apart. Shit you not. So it's funny. I love listening to it. Okay, here we are. So I'm also annotating here. 5 minute gap. So I should set this up. again, new at doing this channel. We'll get better as we go. Top right is 15-minute, top left, 15-minute chart. Bottom left, 5-minute chart. Right side is 1-minute chart. So I'm annotating in the 5-minute fair value gap that has a 1-minute fair value gap inside of it. So multiple PDA arrays stacking. We see where price moves to and respects. Watching the bodies, seeing where the candles close. So nested PD arrays, a 1-minute inside a 5-minute. Interesting how price stops right there. Must be selling pressure coming in, right? Isn't that what we are learned? So I learned all those things. I learned from mentors. I even learned so much, and I believed it so much that I bought a mentorship site. And here I was. Internet marketing. Let's make money doing that too. So my focus moved from trading, actual trading and learning how to trade the right way, to how to run a website and run a membership site off of somebody else's ideas. But they worked for me, so I figured he was doing the right things. So I continued to do his right things, and I was doing too many things. So long story short there, that might be I should rename my channel Long Story Short, I feel like already. Whatever. If you don't like it, I appreciate you stopping by. If you do like it, maybe it's something, I have no idea. We'll see where this road goes. Alright, so obviously I was starting to annotate in just more fair value gaps, what could take place with that little price move there. Obviously price is now against us, looking for it to come back. Here's the part that I'm starting to practice, anticipating where price is going to go. So I see a move down, bounce there, small retracement, move back down, small retracement, then run to my targets. Is my anticipation what I see price doing. All right, so there's my ultimate terminus for this trade idea. That's what we're looking for. Obviously, my main goal here is just to lock up 5 points and then let it run a run. Whether it goes all the way or not, doesn't matter. My main goal is 5 handles. Anything above that is icing on the cake. So there's my anticipation. Yes, this is live market data. No, this is not market replay. I don't care if you believe me or not. I'm not trying. Why would I lie? I'm not selling anything. Doesn't matter. I don't sell anything anymore. So that's just how I got into that. So long story short, is this price moving? Yep. That's how slow it gets. I love it. All right. So quick synopsis back. Not selling anything. Bought a thing. Ended up selling that course to another member who is still a great friend. Glad to see they're doing well. Not saying everything there doesn't work. I was just saying it was not for me. So I've tried multiple things. It wasn't until literally by chance I tripped over ICT while doing a top step, passing the challenge last year. It was around August, September's time frame. I think I found it. Of course, as you all know, he was in his final year doing 2023 mentorship and coming up to a wrap. So here I am trying to learn things. So obviously, where does everybody start? Some people start at core concepts. Some people start at model 2022. I did a little bit of both, and I did 2022 and focused on it. By the time I was doing that, he was done doing live stuff. So I was never able to watch him call tapes live outside of videos, which is obviously after the fact, which is fine. Long story short again, I should take a tally on how many times I say it. Somebody will tell me. As if anybody's actually listening. I appreciate you guys that listen. All right, so we're right at consequent encroachment of those nested PD arrays still. Is it going to hit my stop? I don't care. If it does, it's that job. It's there to stop me out. That's some of the hardest things that I've learned, and I will tell you, no matter what concept it is, my personal beliefs based on my experiences, it's all mental. And if you don't believe it, I'm hoping the best for you, because I'd love to see it if you didn't think it was or it's not. Everything is between your head this entire game. I've finally seen enough. So that's why everything I do now is about discipline. That's why this is recorded. That's why I'm watching this. Discipline is everything. If you don't believe me, I don't care. I love it. So, working on discipline, working on process. I'll equate it to I've jumped out of an airplane. I'm scared of heights if I stand at the top of a building. I get woozy if I stand over like malls and look over 3, 4, 5 things down. Not that I'm actually scared, but I can just feel it in my gut, right? But yeah, there's always the fear, whether it's fear of missing out, fear of going against you, getting taken out, because the market's always sees your stop and takes you out, right? I could swear by it for years that as soon as I placed it, they come and get it. Well, now I understand more of why, what actually moves the market, inefficiencies, liquidity, time, then price. Now we're coming back. It's looking like it's going to try and get back into that inversion fair value gap area. I'd like to see it get below it and treat it as resistance, bounce back down it. Obviously with my blue annotation there is what I'm looking for, anticipating. So we are forming a SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, and I don't want this to be some ICT repeat channel because I think everyone's just doing it, so I'm going to try and keep it separate and different. I'm not here trying to teach. It's just everybody knows these concepts now. It's just undeniable if you ask me if they work or not. It's just a matter of you need to build your model around the language that works. There is no one cookie cutter that everybody can just do. You have to understand them, then you have to understand narrative, and you have to understand time of day, day of week, week of month. It sounds easy. It won't click until you put in the work. I'll tell you that. And there is no shortcut to it. Trust me, I tried. Because who wouldn't? It's human nature. All right. Well, we finished up. We're coming up. Let's see what we got cooking. So long story short on this one, trade setup is leveraging a fair value gaps target opposing liquidity from a time cycle process from earlier in the day. So just using intraday liquidity points, not even having a bias on the day. Because it's NFP week and anything can be stupid. It's lower probability. So now I am focused 100% only use ICT Concepts in my trading, and I am full-time. This is what I do outside of very small amount of small business consulting. I come from an IT background. Shocker, as in very many traders. It's a very common background, whether it's mechanical, computer engineering. Now I'm into technical science. And always learning every day. But you guys got the nice run on it, so I was also going to say, I'm literally going through all of 2023 as I have went through the majority of core content. I've went through all 2022 a couple times. I've actually been trading this for 6 months now. I actually ran my account up 90%. And then some trouble happened that I'll talk about on another show. Save that for another day. But now that I've found, and you heard in other videos, TOTK, the ones that know, great group of traders in there. There's some ridiculously skilled people in there, as well as Zeus's mentorship. Resonated very well with me. And here we are tapping back into that fair value gap one more time because we did create a SIBI above it. So now we're looking to see up. I did see equals highs. There was definitely some liquidity waiting and it needed to tap in the other stuff. So the move before. So I was a little early. Again, this is why I'm paper trading, why I'm getting in more reps. Monday, NFP week. I typically don't trade Mondays. So this is just getting in the reps. Did it go slightly against me? Yep. Are we break even? Yep. Is it going to close below this consequent encroachment? Let's see. I don't honestly remember when things move. That's part of being 50 again. That's why you record things. Yep, here we go. And notice I haven't moved that blue line. I'm not tweaking it, not modifying it. Let's see what happens. What do we got? We're at, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost 10 minutes ago we drew that. Back to where we're at. So I'm currently in like March, April of 2023 content, and also listening to the Twitter Space archives and kind of just catching up because, yes, I was listening to his lives towards the end of his stint there, October, November, but talk about that being your first inclination, right? So I had to absorb so much. And now I'm just coming back around to get in 2023. So, yes, there are good mentorships out there. There's a few that everyone resonates differently with different people. Find what works for you. I'm not saying you should do anything yourself. I'm saying you should test your own things. Because I'm honestly back to only listening to ICT, and yeah, I'll check out some of Zusi's stuff. I honestly didn't even look at his review this week because I'm more already at the point where I'm going to get it from the horse's mouth, the author, or it's going to be my own personal independent thinking. I'm no longer looking at Discord channels. I'm not even logging in during the day. Not looking at Telegram. Not looking at the people. You guys are great, but you got to think on your own. I don't care what anybody else says or does. When you're in a trade, you have to do your own thing. Tiny little fair value gap inside of that. So multiple nested PD arrays happening here. Not that everyone matters, but I'm just drawing it out for my own self as I'm watching price play out. I do love that it's now in profit. So we did take a little bit of drawdown there, more than you've ever seen ICT take. Just kidding. If he ever catches one of my videos one of these days, that'd be hilarious. He is some funny shit, and I can listen to him all day, obviously, because I do. But yeah, it is a game changer, I will say. Intertwining the Shotgun Saturdays with the things. So if you're out there and you're struggling, and you're trying to follow Michael/ICT, just don't stop. Keep going. Don't get discouraged. It takes time. Like I said, I'm coming up on 9 months of learning him now, and he says give him a year. Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead of the game. I'll throw it out there. I'll feel like some Smokey the Bandit. I'm going to do what they say can't be done. I was already up. You saw my other videos. Crazy percentages. Yeah, I had a blow up. I'll spill the beans because of some mental problems with what's going on outside of trading right now. So I traded when I wasn't supposed to 2 weeks ago. So I have put myself in the penalty box and building my process and discipline because shit happens. And I'm human, and I don't claim to be good at the best at anything. I'm just showing you that this shit works. I 1000% trade real money with it, so I put my money where my mouth is. I don't care if you believe it or not. But watch 2023, watch it with the archives, listen, take notes, do what he says. I've listened, I've tried to do as much as he says. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but that's where you're going to get there. Do you see this following my blue line? I really can't believe that it actually is. Because I swear to God, I have not done this before where it's actually done this. Today is my first time where it's been, I would call that on the nuts right now, if you ask me. I mean, you be the judge. Yeah, we spiked up a little bit here, spiked up here, but I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? It's just, that's ridiculous. And then, so yeah, I'll just get back to this is running beautifully. I mean, are you just seriously? There's obviously going to be some sell side liquidity right here, not annotating. And yeah, there's a whole pile of lines. you guys got any questions, just throw them in the comments. I'll see if I can get to them. I already do honestly hold them just because I know there's a bunch of yahoos out there, and I'm not in the mood to get into social media games. I literally don't even hardly go on Twitter anymore. Oh, look at that move. Huh. It's random. Gonna need some more space to keep up with my blue line. Oh, it's a crossover. Look. Oh, yeah. Okay, I should go back there 1 second. Let's look at that again. Let me pause that for a second when it gets there. All right, so here's where I'm targeting. The bottom of this time frame. That's where I have my terminus set. And as you can see, there's a lot of inefficiencies over there. So price is cutting right through, and that's where you see big down close candles. Cutting right through them. Take a look at the 5-minute chart on the bottom left. You see there is a fair value gap right in there that it's kind of pausing at, chewing up the orders, whatever it's doing. Oh, look, it might be some type of order block in the middle there. That paused as that for a second there. But wait, there's more. Thank you. 5 handles. Profit in hand. And we're running. Didn't think it was going to go there quite that quick. It's definitely getting ahead of my blue line. Pull the stop loss down since we're well past 75% of the way to the terminus there. So I could have dropped that down even farther, but I'm learning to play by some more rules. So let's see what we got here. The only thing I wasn't crazy about where the stop was. At the end of the day, I didn't really care because I'd already collected the profit there. Trade is successful if you ask me. I mean, 30 ticks. That's already on the retracement, so I think it went to about just under 40 ticks right there. Targeting this one, I did not see at the time these relative equal lows right here, which is exactly the liquidity that it targeted because it does not come back down. I'll give you the spoiler alert. In the next 5 minutes, we're going to get trading stopped out, but that's perfectly fine. I was just one cycle off. Well, that's why I keep testing this and seeing where it goes. Perfectly fine. Mission accomplished if you ask me, because that was, I mean, you tell me. Whatever. I'll take it. This shit works. And I'm never going back to anything again. And no one should ever pay for anything outside of... The only reason I pay for some mentorships is because I couldn't see ICT do it live. But even just watching, like, I had no idea what was in some of the 2023 mentorship until I started watching it. But I was just trying to do the right thing and follow instructions. And now I know why. That, you know, once you got a grasp and you watch 2023, your head's going to roll. Oh, see, here you go. Look. Market open, time frames. It's not market replay. Well, I was going to show the things, but I was too buried into the time cycles. That's the indicator that's drawing those time frames. Yeah, there is indicators. The only indicators are all based on ICT concepts. Whether I actually ever just read the chart naked, we'll see. I have no idea. But everything's in 2023, at least for me. It's making so much more sense now. Stuff is really gelling together. So if you're struggling, obviously price had to come back and retrace that volume imbalance. And we are also past that extended time in the morning, so it's time for a little reversal at the end of the day, and it is NFP Monday. Wicked movements expect. Here's where I was. I figured maybe I can move it up one tick and maybe it's not going to come to consequent encroachment. Wouldn't matter at the end of the day either way. I'm just looking for ways that I could potentially see another drop back down, just a short-term retracement here, then run my terminus, but that did not happen, and that's perfectly fine. I'm still perfectly happy with that. Basically 55.30 down to 55.20, 10 handles, and then some room to spare. Throwing a fib on that deep retracement or that long tail over on the 5-minute here, drawn across. I was hoping, I shouldn't say hoping, I was looking to see if price was going to close below the quarters. That would give me expectations to see price come back down here, but not so much. We're not even coming back down to 25%, so we're going to cruise right back up, stop me out. It's going to be fine. But I'll close her up here with, I appreciate you guys coming out. Hopefully this helps some people. Keep watching, and I'll just say combining the Twitter Spaces with 2023, almost trying to be as live as possible, is off the hook. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you got a question, I can answer it. I'll try to, but just put in the work and you'll get there. I can't wait to see where this goes. I have so many plans, it's not even funny. And I'm just getting the surface scratched. You just wait. Smoking the Bandit, we're going to do what they say can't be done. I'm not saying I'm taking Robin's Cup, but I was in 4th place earlier this year. Coming back. There's where I moved it right above consequent encroachment. I thought maybe I was off by 1 tick. That'd be fun to be off by just 1 tick and see it rip right back around, wouldn't it? At this point, see, now I'm already getting to the point where I'm picky like that. That's when you know that I'm getting close, because I don't care if it's right or wrong. It's all about the process and profitability, and I'm already profitable. Costs are covered, paid the trader, and we got a chance at more. What else can you want? This might be where you think you're gonna, yeah, see that did act as it's kind of like Murphy's Law right there. I was trying to redraw it as a bearish fair value gap, and it's like, no, Dan, you drew it as an inversion fair value gap, and that's exactly what it is, because price is going to launch right off it. It's funny how Freudian slips happen even when you're drawing in charts without even thinking about it, now knowing what happened. And stops out. That's perfectly fine. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys coming. Remember, yep, I start off with 4 charts. I got ES, NQ, Dixie, and YM up here. And then I focused in on my ES chart. So that's a wrap for today. Appreciate you coming. Hope you enjoyed any part of it. Hopefully anything was good. And we'll catch you on the next one. Remember, tomorrow is promised for no one. Live for today. Be safe.